Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It is 8 o'clock. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm Shane. Thank you for joining us. It is Friday, and we are here for Sketch Club. So thank you for joining us. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So today's subject matter is one we haven't done a lot of before, but we decided we might do some flowers. So we're going to be doing irises today, those beautiful purplish, yellowish kind of flowers, a nice complementary color palette. So if you're new here, thank you for joining us. If you've been here before, welcome back. We are from JR ART LAB. You can see my shirt. If you want one of those shirts, send us an email. So we do digital art workshops online, and we teach digital painting, graphic design, filmmaking, photography, video editing, podcasting, script writing, anything that's a digital creative industry for students. And if you're looking to learn and develop your skills, whether you're a child, we do children's group classes, we do adult workshops, we also do creative coaching, which is one-to-one, where we work on specific projects and things that you're interested in. So head over to the website. It's www.jarartlab.com and have a look at that. Got the heater under the desk today because it feels like minus 22 in my house at the moment. We have the fire on though, so it's not too bad, but nice and cozy out here in the middle of the forest. Thank you for joining us again. So I'm going to be painting as usual, well, as we have been recently, in Clip Studio Paint, but you can do this in your iPad with Procreate. You can do this with Clip Studio. You can do it in a sketchbook. You can do some watercolors. Whatever floats your boat is okay with us. Now, I do hope that when we switch over to the next screen, you will see my email there. If you would like to send in your pictures, we love to see what you make. It's always cool to see people's drawings and paintings and see what they did. I'm going to be dropping the link in the chat. Now, if you want to join the chat, you better switch over to Twitch. So it's www.twitch.tv/stain mucus. As in, there is a stain on my shirt and it is mucus. Okay? It is just a silly play on my name, Shane Lucas. So you can have a look over there on Twitch if you would like to join the chat, and you can also get, I'm going to drop in the chat our link for our reference board. Now, we use Mural, but you can use anything. I'm a big fan of VizRef, also PureRef. If you haven't heard of PureRef, get over to PureRef's website. It's really cool. Not sponsored, no one's sponsoring us, but cool software to use for references as well as Mural. We love Mural. So, I'll put the link to the mural into the chat. Maybe I will. Did you hear that audio, Twitch? My computer's being a little bit weird these days. Every now and then it has like a little attack. Alright, so the link is in the chat. You can see it in the chat box on that side. Ooh, that's weird. It's on the opposite side to my screen. So you can click that link from the Twitch and you can have a look at our references. For this sketch club. Now, we do a bit of a weird sketch club, I suppose. We kind of just do whatever we feel like. Sometimes we do sketches traditionally, like with a pencil and graphite type brush or something. Other times, mostly, we paint straight away. We're just doing little sketches to sort of study the subject matter, to improve our skills, build our visual library, play with some colors, play with some brushes, play with some software. Again, art is supposed to be play, so let's keep it fun, hey? Alright, so, what am I doing next? Let's switch over to my screen and have a look. Pew. Oh, I should have a howling wolf, actually. We have a little homestead out in the middle of the forest in Canada, and we do have some wolves, I believe, in the forest. You can hear them from time to time, but that would be cool, a sound effect to switch over from one to the other when you have this. Oh! Maybe I can record it with Brian. Brian's got a cool sound setup in his studio over there. Okay, so what have we got today? Let's have a look. Now I've got some reference photos, some reference paintings. I also got a sore back, so if you see me moving a little bit weird, it's probably because my back is sore. They just don't make mattresses like they used to. I think they just make mattresses to die after about 2 years. And they only have one side now. What's going on there? It's all one side, so you can only turn it around. Alright, anyway, enough whinging about old people's stuff. If you've got a sore back, shout out to all the people with sore backs. There's a lot of us around, I think. Okay, too much sitting at the computer and hunching over. Okay, so here we have some beautiful irises. They're beautiful flowers, aren't they? These white ones are really nice. That's a nice painting. So, as always, we're going to sort of have a look through and pick whatever our favorites are. Okay, I think straight away I want to grab that guy. I like this very expressive one. Okay, we definitely want those two. I don't always pick them as we go, but looks like that's what we're doing today. That one's cool. Purple is my favorite color, so I am a bit partial to irises. That's very nice too. Look at that. Look, when you zoom in there, you can. It's just a bunch of color, but when you go out, you're like, oh wow, that's a nice little one. Nice little study here and here. Okay, but I'm going to end up with too many already. I can feel it. Okay, that one's going over. I was surprised how many reference photos there were of irises. I originally got the idea because we have a Van Gogh book, a very heavy, thick Van Gogh book, and it has this actual iris painting on the cover. I think it does anyway. That would be funny if it wasn't. Let's see what else we want. And yeah, I just happened to think of that today. Usually I try and pick something that happened in the week. Or if you are so inclined to pray for the health of other living beings, our rooster decided he wanted to make a jump out of the coop today and broke his toenail off, and it was just bleeding like a river, and we didn't know, so there was blood everywhere. So please, if you've got a spare prayer in there somewhere, pray for our little rooster. Interesting fact I learned today after we had this rooster foot problem. You use corn flour to stop the bleeding because it wouldn't stop bleeding. So there's a little interesting fact for you. If you break your rooster's, if your rooster breaks his toenail and you need to stop the bleeding, we gotta clean the wound like always and put some antiseptic cream on, and then pat it with cornstarch. Cornstarch, who knew? I don't know why you use cornstarch and I did find some other blogs that just said flower. If you know about this type of stuff, please message me in the chat. I would like to know what you think. If you've got other solutions. So he's inside tonight. He's lucky because it is, as I said before, minus 22 or something here tonight. It is cold, but not so bad in front of the heater or next to the fire or in the house. But you know, our coop is pretty well insulated, I think, and they also have their own oil heater, so they're doing it all right outside too, I think. We've had nights where it's been down to minus 20 and it's still plus 7 in the coop, so they're pretty lucky. All right, so I've cut it down to these ones. I really like that color palette. Okay, that's nice and sharp. That's beautiful. Look at that. I did have the feeling we should play with the watercolor brushes in here, but as I'm live, there's no editing here. There's no I can do a bad job, and I'm doing this all without any practice. So you see, sometimes we make a complete mess. Should we play with that? Okay, that white one's really nice as a photo too. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe next week. Maybe next week we can try the watercolor. Let me experiment with a little bit off camera. Off recorded, you know, the internet is forever. Right? And you make a mistake and I don't want to see my own bumbles hit the TikTok live stream. Okay. Don't know if my personality can handle that. Hello and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining us. Alright, so you know what? Let's have a little play with the watercolor and see if we're feeling brave enough to make that mistake today. So I've got a grey background here. I've got my little water mixing palette over here. It might be fun. Let's see. Okay, so we've got a nice clean layer. Everybody can see. Everything looks good. I'm comfortable except for my poorly back. I think you guys can hear me okay. Just double check on that audio. And let's have a look at our brushes. Watercolor. Let's have a little play with the watercolor brush. Does my paper have texture? I did have a setting where it would give me texture, but okay, that's building up pretty nice. Round watercolor, flat watercolor. Then we've got soft bleed, wet wash. Ooh, bit laggy. Yep, I'm finished painting about a minute ago. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've really got to sort out the lag. If you guys know how to sort the lag, do something with the lagginess of Clip Studio, I would love to know. Because I do like the software, I like the brushes. But this is a pretty small canvas. What's that? Watercolor splash. That is cool though. Look at that. Okay, let's have a look at our smudging tools. Wet blender. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, textured blender could also work. Wet. Do we have another one? No, we don't. I'm not feeling a lot of watercolor texture there though. A little bit in some parts. Okay, no, I think we'll save watercolor for another day. How's the music out there? If the music gets a little bit loud, you're welcome to let me know. Alright, so let's have a go. Which one are we picking here? I think let's scroll through again. Alright, I think we'll go for that first one. Let's see what we can do with this one. For starters, anyway, maybe we'll be lucky today and we get 2. Okay, let's get ourselves a palette. Let's get some purple, go a bit towards blue. That's intense. Oh, we've now lost our layer because I undid from my pen. Okay. I think I can use my chosen brush for adding things, yes, to the palette, which is good. That might be way too saturated, but let's... doing that. So the undo of that is actually on something different. Those are very close. A very wise teacher told me once that when you are painting with digital, even if you just want to change the value, you should always modify the hue and saturation just a little bit. So that it's not just, it's got a little bit of a different hue in there. I think that's some good advice. So even though I just want a darker color, I'm going to modify that saturation a bit. Alright, that looks good. Let's get a bit of green. You know, I like this. I really like that this has this. It's the only software I think of that has like no, there's not. There's a couple of other ones. I think there's a very not well known painting software. What is it called? Do I even have it on this computer? Critter is great if you want something free. No, I don't have it here. Okay. But it also has a color mixing palette, but not so many of them have the color mixing palette. I don't think Photoshop does. I don't think Affinity Photo does, unless I haven't used Photoshop for a little while because I went to Affinity Photo, so I could be completely wrong there. Okay, let's get a green bit. Good. See how much space we've got here. We might choose a bit of also really like orchids. I think there's something about the shape of them. Use your sunscreen. Okay, let's get some shapes going. That's all I'm thinking about here. Okay, I think we might put in a little bit of a background. I like this grayish color, but I think we might go, let's see what we can do after we get some of the flower down, and I want to break. What have I got? Thick oil paint at the moment. You know what? I just had an idea. We could have done a nice little Yes, I stopped talking in the middle of a sentence. That's a quick way to drive people crazy, you know. I know someone very good at that. Just start a conversation and then just like stop. Super frustrating. cool track. How's everyone doing out there? Did you find something to paint in the thing? Oh, hello. Okay. Oh, we got some junk in the chat. Okay, let me have a look. I'm just going to get rid of that from the chat. Oh, it gives me a chance to kind of see what what it looks like over there. All right, very good. Shout out to my grandma Estelle if you're watching out there, Nan. Hi, Nan. I spoke to my granny this week and she said she was watching my stream. And I thought, wow, how did you learn how to check streams out? She's pretty good. She's pretty good with the cell phone. She's got a Facebook. She's got Google. Okay, let's see if we can go. Okay, I think I might take a little break from the flower head. I'll try just throw down some of this. And let's think about our background. And I also think I want another layer for some leaves. So let's have a look at something else to get some leaves. I like that. I like that. Oh, I like that. Gotta love layers. Okay, that's nice. The background of that one, maybe we can do a little watercolor background. See how get to experiment with those watercolor brushes. Okay, this is kind of what we want. Oh, girly! Hello, girly Sue. She's our one lady in the house, this girly Sue. The best lady, aren't you, girly girl? You want to say hello? Hello. Let's say hello, girly girly. Hello, girly girly. Hello, pretty Susan. Are you the prettiest girlies? Are you the prettiest girlie? Say something. There's a microphone. What's going on? It's pretty warm now. Alright, off you go. Go and play with Nobu. Okay. I'm not quite sure what I was doing there, but... give ourselves one more layer, and what do we want to do? Well, we can change it. Oh, I do like that though. Okay. It's not painting. Oh, because I'm an eraser. That happens. I like their pink. Let's see if we can throw in a bit of that different color. It's probably breaking some rules about botany, but not the color I just chose. Okay, we're gonna need a different brush. Let's try a different brush. Well. Oh well, it lasted. I thought she might. Alright, let's go back up to the leaves and see if we can get a bit more. Alright, let's go back up to the flower and keep going. How are we doing? We've got 20 minutes to go, people. How's your irises going there? Hope you're feeling nice and playful and relaxed. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, now I love the vein parts of that one. And I feel like this one that we used as the starting reference might be AI. There's something very computery about the lines. What am I on? Thick oil paint. Let's do some other experiments. Let's try this fill bit. Why do my tools look a bit weird? We might go back to that first one. How did I make my brush? I don't know quite how, but I made my palette here into two things. It's now got two columns instead of one. Alright, I want to hit the back with a smudger for a little bit. Let's do that. Wet blender, let's see how that handles. That was a funny way to speak. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. Let's see how that handles. Like a drive, like a test drive. We're kind of test driving. We've still got 10 minutes to go, so that's good. We've got some blending to go here. And then probably some finishing moves. A little bit of a 80s kid reference there. Mortal Kombat. Finish him. blurry backgrounds really help separate the depth of field effect simulation. I quite like that little bit of yellow. There's a couple of little random colors I threw in that background. And I think that's nice. There's this sort of building, maybe something, like some bushes or trees that have like a bit of shape. Alright, now let's put a little bit of, not as much blending here. Let's try Painterly Blender without. Now this brush has a really weird shape. But anybody recommend another kind of Painterly Blender for Clip Studio? Get a bit going on these leaves here. It's handling it well though. I thought of this one. I remembered this one being a bit laggier than what it's being right now, but I'm only putting small strokes, so I bet if I sized it up, it would take me all the way to Lagtown. Okay, get in there. Okay, a bit more painting on this layer, I think. Alright, so we've stolen that flower. We've borrowed ideas from the other ones. Anybody read the book Steal Like an Artist? It's really worth a read if you have time. I like this little bit of something, another leaf breaking in. Let's do that. Because it feels very centralized at the moment, so... Steal Like an Artist. Well worth a read if you haven't read... What layer am I on here? I almost said the chicken layer. There's no chicken layer. Use that little bit of that background there to sort of make it look like there's something. Okay, I really like this little bit of pink back here. So I'm going to throw a little bit of that in some other spots. And not on this layer. Let's go back to there. Like there's maybe some sunlight hitting another flower, and it's got like subsurface scattering going on or something. Alright, and let's move up to our flower. I do want to blend that stem. 5 minutes to go. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. Ooh, that needs a bit more. I need that 5 minutes. Okay, that looks good. We could have a bit more shadow on there. Let's get our brush again. Let's get a bit darker under this leaf here. On the stem. Oh. Back down here for that one. Alright, last bit. Last few minutes. 3 minutes to go. Let's work on this flower. Okay, let's look at these guys. Oh. It's not going to work, is it? I want to see that one and that one. Okay, let's go. Last 3 minutes. Push all the way to the white. See if we can't make this little birdie sing a bit more. Come on, birdie. We might have to go to around. Let's try a different brush. That's better. You know what? I just thought if we could try another week. There's this really cool flower that comes in from Australia called the Sturt Desert Pea. Sturt or Stuart Desert Pea. It's a really cool flower, and might be a nice one to try. Okay. How long have we got? It's 9 o'clock. Give me one more minute. I'm just going to do a little bit of blendy here. Thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you had a wonderful time, and we will be back again next week for another sketch club. And if you would like to suggest a topic, you can email me. My email is above my head right now, so please send us in your requests and we will have a look. If you have any ideas about anything we've discussed today on the stream, you can also contact us. Oh, it could be the chickens, could be an idea for another class, another what do you call this? Another sketch club. If you can always email us or contact us at any of our social media. Alright, I think that's it. The song has run out, so that also is a sign that we should stop right now. Have a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful painting. I will now save it because I didn't save the whole way through, which is not a good thing to do. But, you know, an hour's worth of work. We should have saved it. So let's call this Iris, and we'll see you here next week. Have a wonderful weekend, and yes, you can access those folders. I don't know why you need access now, but you've always had it. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you again next week. Drop a link if you have some ideas or want to request a topic, and we'll see you again. All right. Bye. Bye.